Okay, welcome back to Mill Creek Range. This is Benji here with you today, and today we'll be shooting this old 100, well, she'll be 144-year-old this August. I believe it's around the middle of August, and she was manufactured in, according to the Cody letter, in 1879, August of 1879. And I've had this old girl probably 7, maybe going on 8 years now. I don't recollect exactly the age or exactly the date or the time, the year that I've actually purchased it. I had been looking for one. Well, I'll just put it this way. It was on my bucket list. And so I teach some educational classes. And I've been teaching them those classes for about the past 12, 13 years. And so in one of my classes I was teaching outside of Dallas, Texas, several years ago, I was teaching. I always like to bring a little bit of my personal life into it, some hobbies and stuff, sort of mix things up a bit. And I was talking about, I had said, man, if one gun that I want to own one day would be a original Winchester Model 1873. And one of the students up toward the front of the class, he started smiling real big. And I looked over at him. I said, hey, you got one? And he looked back at me and said, actually I do. I said, well, okay. You want to sell it? And he said, well, actually I do. And I said, well, okay then. So long story short, it took about 6 months or so of some price negotiations and this and that, and me doing a little bit of research. And then I went down, met the gentleman, and I brought the old girl back home. And then started doing some research on it. Found out a little bit more. I went ahead, actually had a good friend of mine that actually, he had the Cody letter done for me, and I really appreciate that, Dudley. And so he actually reached out. He had the Cody letter done on it, and to my surprise, one day this package shows up, and I open it up, and here's this Cody letter from the Cody Museum, and here's all the information. Of course, there wasn't a whole lot of information. Basically showed that, basically when the serial number was given to it, it had arrived inside of the warehouse. It was a 24-inch barrel, octagonal barrel. Again, the only at that time caliber that was given to these was 44 WCF. A little bit of uniqueness about this is this rifle is actually a mid-generational. So the second generations actually came out in 1879, but this one here is actually, it's got components from the first gen, like the barrel. It's got a 5-groove barrel on it. But the frame is a second generation, so the receiver end. So actually, after I had purchased it, got a little bit more familiar, watched a little videos up on them, on taking them down. I actually removed the side plates off of it, and the toggle links, everything in there was pretty gooped up. No, not really corrosion, just like some really hard grease. So I got all that cleaned out, took it all, disassembled it down, cleaned it up, re-lubricated it, and put it back together. Fired some, actually first time I actually shot it was with some smokeless loads, cowboy loads, and the projectiles went all over the place. They went left, right, they keyholed. So then I slugged the barrel, and it actually slugged out to be a .433. And then after doing some research, found out that wasn't too common. It was very common that some of these old guns, actually the bores are actually bigger than what they really was supposed to have been. So factory rounds now, especially hard cast, doesn't shoot well through them. So I've been shooting soft lead projectiles through them. Started out with some projectiles from the Buffalo Arms Company, and which are 222 grain hollow base. They're 20-to-1 lead, and they shot extremely well through it. And then Mr. John Court, which he's no longer with us, great guy up on the Cast Bullets forum. He actually sent me some of his, what he had helped Accurate Mold Company with a particular mold for these guns, which inside of the 44 WCF caliber. It's, I want to say it's a 43-215C is the mold number. And so it's got a very deep, wide lube groove on it. And so I shot them, and they worked extremely well. And so that's what I'm going with. I went ahead and broke down, bought me the same mold, except I think mine's in a .431 size, and then I size them down to .430, load them up inside of the cases with 35 grains of 2F Swiss black powder, and they've been shooting extremely well. And looking forward to shooting these. Actually, today's the first day that I actually will be shooting my own cast bullets. So I went down, starting to cast my own, and so I'm casting these for this particular gun right here, and they're actually dropping at with pure lead at 222 grains. So just got them all loaded up. I done 24 of them, and I'm going to shoot them for the first time today, and looking forward to seeing how this old girl here performs. So enough of my talking, gibbering. Let's get to doing some shooting. See you shortly. So here she is. Again, it's almost 144-year-old, so it's not a museum piece. It has been used, but really it's not been abused. This gun is, to me, in relatively very good shape. Again, there's not a lot of bluing left on it, but it's got a nice patina. Very, very pretty color. The action is actually still pretty tight in it. And then if we take it, turn it around, here's the opposite side. I have taken the dust covers off, cleaned the action, and lubricated it, and the action's in tremendously great shape. The dust cover's there, the dust cover works, it's got the original sight. Overall, this old girl's still a good shooter in my book. Again, the bore might be a little oversized, but again, with these cast projectiles and more of a pure lead, or at least a 20-to-1 lead mixture, they shoot extremely well. Last time I actually chronographed with the hollow base bullets, I was pushing close to 1,300 feet per second with them, and that was with a 40 grain charge of 2F Swiss black powder. Okay, let's see how she shoots. Okay, let's load 5 rounds in. Let's see what she does. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Oh, this is fun. All right. There we go. All 5 of them on target. Looking good, looking good. She shoots good. Almost off right at 144 years old, and still putting them down range and on target. Nothing wrong with that. It's what I like, is an old gun, still shooter. And that's why I bought the other one that was rode hard and put up wet. And I've got it going now, and hopefully I'll be shooting some black powder through it before long as well. So hope y'all have enjoyed the video here. And it's, again, just because she's old don't mean she should just be a safe queen. She needs to be took out every once in a while, loved on, and let her show you what she can do. And she's still doing. So I really hope that this next hunting season, I hope I can take me a little whitetail with this one maybe. And again, it's 44 WCF. It's not a very strong cartridge, but they are a blast to shoot when you mix black powder with them like they're supposed to be. they are fun. Now, except for the cleanup. Cleaning up black powder, not as much fun, but it is very fun unloading these projectiles. 44 WCF, again, 35 grain, 2F Swiss. Does a great job. Y'all have a good day, and y'all check back with us for more content. In the meantime, keep your powder dry. We'll see you up on down the trail, and y'all be safe. Y'all take care. Bye-bye. She still shoots good.